See what happens. Forgot.
Me too.
I forgot that was there.
Welcome to the full 42 for those who are joining us for the first time.
Yeah, this is a full four. It's 3/4. No, 2/3. I'm not doing math. Yeah, math on the Monday after Gen Con's not happening.
Correct.
Yeah, 2/3 of the full 42. We are without Chris. Chris is still traveling home from Gen Con. We recently made it home from Gen Con. I'm actually drinking coffee tonight, which is not normal. It was a long weekend. It was hot. There was a lot of walking, and I wouldn't trade
Very
it.
hot.
I wouldn't trade it for anything.
No, it was awesome.
It was awesome.
Hey,
Hello there. How are you? So tonight's going to be no, go ahead.
I was going to say, when you mentioned the temperature, I'm always amazed at how hot Indianapolis gets. It's insane. Yeah.
And the walking. It's not always that bad. And this weekend going into it, I know our friend and family member Maddie P had posted that Gen Con was going to be riddled with thunderstorms and rain throughout the convention from Thursday to Sunday. And although there were some storms that came through, I think the breeze was welcomed because it was so damn hot. But it didn't rain on any parade.
No.
It was a good weekend. It was still hot as shit, but it was a good weekend. Steven, how are you? It's good to see you. Andrew. Hope all is well.
I just heard the voice crack. That's the result of the 4 days of talking. I sound like
miserably.
A teenager or something like that.
Glad you didn't miss it. Yeah, my job is normally and I think I've talked about this before, but those Ricola drops, handing out those Ricola drops basically on the hour while you're talking for 4 days of Gen Con, demo. And it really is, it helps tremendously. The first year that it had happened without them, by Sunday, it is tough to talk. And, then the next year when they were given out, it was like nothing. Like I'm not hoarse, but you can tell that I've been talking for 4 days straight.
Yeah.
But those things are amazing. Yeah. So tonight's going to be a little shorter.
Probably.
We're going to please ask you to like and subscribe if you're not already. Apparently I'm having connection issues as I normally do on Monday nights.
I see your image is getting a little pixely at times, but it's okay. It's okay.
Annoying as hell.
That's all right.
Yeah, so we'll do a little bit of light talking about Gen Con, show off a couple of the things that we came home with maybe. But I think we'll save the pictures and the stuff that we did over the weekend for next week when we have Chris with us, because that's just going to feel better. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully you do.
Yeah, that's good. I've heard great things about Shucks.
Yeah, I've never been either.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
What?
Woo! Look at this stuff.
Oh, my God.
Talking about Gen Con without me.
No, like I said in the thing, it's going to be a little Gen Con talk. And I just said we were going to keep everything till when Chris, I figured you'd be next week, but
well,
I'm really not prepared for tonight.
Yeah, I just got in, just got in. I walked into the office, sat down from the plane. And I was like, if they're going to talk about Gen Con, I got to get on there. Got to say hi.
There we go. Oh, this feels so much better.
There we go. We've got the full 42.
All right.
The full 42. Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about it was 2/3. I initially said 3/4, and then I was like, math on Monday after Gen Con doesn't work. Yeah.
No.
Math didn't seem to work at Gen Con either for you.
Well, it hasn't worked since the 5th grade. We've talked about this. We have a love-hate relationship. It usually hates me.
Yeah. So I don't have too much time. If you guys have other stuff you're talking about, I seriously only have maybe about 30 minutes.
No, it's okay because sorry, my light just fell.
Wow.
There's a lot of stuff going on.
I mean to touch Chris. Yeah. We want to say hi to Chris.
Yeah, I want to touch you.
We actually hugged in person for the first time at Gen Con. So yeah, we don't have a full show because we're exhausted, and like Chris said, we're a little under time constraints. We were all traveling today from the 4 days of awesomeness, but we had the opportunity to meet in person for the first time, which was awesome. We have some pictures from our lunch and dinner that we shared. We actually got to walk the hall on Sunday morning, and we don't know what it's going to come out like. But
that's something we should show next week when it's a little bit put together. That's why.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm guessing none of that's ready.
No, that's why we labeled it part 1 of 2, like the Gen Con recap part 1 of 2, because next week we'll show more.
Mike hasn't even had time to turn his Troubles game the right side up.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I actually had a Troubles hat that I wanted to wear, but I didn't feel right with you not being here.
I completed my pin collection by getting the nice little. My goodness, what's with the glare? There we go.
Awesome. I left mine in the bags in the living room.
You know which one? Okay, so you were gone. You missed this, but I managed to score this awesome pin. It's a backer kit pin. It is.
Oh, that's cool.
Like a Game Boy.
Yeah.
Isn't that awesome? I was very excited about that one.
Cool.
And Shannon, yes, it was absolutely fantastic although we've grown over the past, since episode 1 of the full 42. It was great. Personally, it was great. When Chris walked into, what was the restaurant? Goodwood? The Goodwood.
Yeah.
When I saw Chris's face on the other side of the booth in the whatever, it was really cool. It was a cool moment for me to actually be able to, holy shit, that's cool.
It was so weird. I had to do this and kind of put you guys in squares just to feel comfortable about it. I was like, I'm not used to you not being in frame.
Yeah, it was neat. And which is weird because when I first saw you behind so it's a regular like restaurant booth, but there's a frame with glass above it. So when I saw you, you were technically in a frame. It was neat.
I should have just like popped up slowly.
Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah, but it was awesome. We got to hang out multiple times throughout the weekend, although it is absolute chaos there, especially when you're at a booth. But we started Sunday morning at the 3WS booth, and then we walked it. I screwed up. It's going to be choppy as shit, but I shut the video off. It was a mess.
There's like 4 videos because you kept doing it. Yeah.
But we did walk from my booth it was booth 151 to Chris's booth, which was 23 something.
23, 29.
Right.
Yeah.
We met a couple people along the way. The gentleman that came up with these, I don't know.
Which one did you get?
I got them all, but I kickstarted it, and I thought I showed them off last week, but I'm not sure.
I don't
you
think
talked about them. I don't remember you showing them.
No.
Yeah, Katia said I didn't either. But I kickstarted them. They were there. I was talking to a bunch of people about how friggin' awesome they were. But we have a mini little impromptu interview with him and how they came about. So yeah, we got a bigger show planned for next week. When we can actually just kind of recap and decompress and put some stuff together from the weekend. So tonight was just going to be a little like show off the games we got and how is everything going, and then cut it short because we didn't have Chris with us. We're still going to do that, but now we have Chris with us.
And as you can see, I got a house, so we're in the process of moving. So games are going to start disappearing behind me. Eventually, boxes will be behind me. It'll be horrible.
It'll be great.
But then it'll be great again.
Yeah.
You're all,
eventually.
Can't wait. There you go.
Yeah, Shannon.
I mean,
Shannon.
You can't argue.
The other cool thing about Gen Con is that we not only got to hang out with Chris, but we also got to hang out with so many people that watched the show. That was really cool. So we all met Maddie P finally. Evan, who is always here. We got to hang out with Donnie and Corey, who have been guests on the show. Keith.
I was in it.
Who's been on the show. Who else? Eric Cancel, who's been on the show. Like, there are so many people we got to hang out with that have been either on the show or watch it regularly. That was really, really cool.
I was in an elevator and someone went, "Are you Chris from the Full 40?" And it's Paige. We were even on the same. Yeah, nice. We were even the same hotel level.
Nice.
So that was awesome.
I think the coolest thing for me after we met at the Goodwood and we met for the first time, a bunch of us were walking back towards the hall because of hotels and stuff, and Chris was walking to his hotel, which was in a different direction. So we said bye. It was great meeting you. Like, we'll catch you up tomorrow, whatever. And Chris walked to the corner, which was probably 20 feet away from us, and we started walking away. And Chris said right when he got to the corner, someone
went, "Chris Strayed," and I turned around, and their other person said, "Oh, from the Full 42 kind of thing," or from the 42. They didn't say full. Nobody says full, like, but from the 42 show. I was just like, "Hi." Like, how they were just like 30 feet away from meeting all three of us. It was really weird.
If the person is watching tonight, please show yourself and say who it is.
Yes.
So Stephen and Stacy made it to the 3WS booth and said hi. They got to
wait. We got a high five.
Yeah, Shannon. That's my Shannon high five. But yeah, it was really nice to finally meet Stacy because we've talked online, and Steven is one of the people who demos games almost at every cons, I think. Oh, hold on. Wait.
There you go.
There you go. So yeah, it was really nice to finally hold on. Wait. Oh, this one. There you go.
This is so stupid.
At the same time, oh my God, I can't do math. I can't do coordination, and I don't want to knock off my glass. I've been spilling for the past 4 days. The curse needs to end.
There's the Full 42.
And I have a straw in here, so it's really, really risky. But anyways.
Yeah, you and straws are not good. Yeah, I do want to show that off. I usually do the tiki mug, but.
Cheers with our non-alcoholic beverages because we're recuperating.
Yeah, this is coffee. Tonight, this is just coffee.
I'm drinking water. But yeah, so it was really, really cool to meet all these people.
Yeah, it was really neat.
In fact, in the airport, I ran into Daryl Andrews.
Oh, of course. Daryl's at EverCon.
We had dinner at the airport. He was great.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
And he introduced me to Eric Lane. So I hadn't met him before.
Beautiful.
He was all busy and stuff, but it was cool to meet him.
Yeah. Yeah. Great people.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Great people.
Met so many people for the first time, so many people that I've seen at other conventions. There's never enough time. Like, I realized I didn't see Mike Hinson from Elf Creek. I only saw Ryan once.
I know I didn't manage to make it to Elf Creek at all. I have no idea what corner they were in, but man, oh man.
I didn't get to see Jim from Academy Games. There are a bunch of people that you normally see at conventions, but it really does get crazy at the con. So
they want to know
look at that, right? Isn't that cool?
Not quite a Gen Con exclusive. It's a team exclusive, I believe.
I'm pretty sure there's only if they were made for Mike and Kenny and Dave, there might be only 7 of these in existence. So they're not exclusive as the QSCon mug or the Lock mug. But they are pretty cool. So for those that don't know, Saga is it's in the world of mission control that our family member Donnie and Corey have designed. Yeah, there you go. It's in that world, and they surprised us. We'll show off like what it looked like, but Saga is in that mission control, the Ethernaut Files world. So
yeah, very cool.
I keep seeing my internet thing go down.
Oh yeah, you just went pixely for a minute, and you're back. It's okay. It's okay. It's very on point with the depleted energy after Gen Con.
Yep.
Like internet's not even
blurry, and then yeah.
Well, like Steven said, we're all pixelated after Gen Con, so
yes, correct.
I will say, as you know, I went 2 weeks ago to Comic-Con. Gen Con's so much better.
Yeah.
It's just, because it's board games and it's everybody that you know and love. And Comic-Con is cool. There's a lot of geeky stuff and all that, but you can get it from the internet for the most part. I mean, it's just not, it's great. But I'm happy I went, but Gen Con is just so much more. It's a lot of work. I mean, I worked so much, so hard, but it was still great meeting everybody.
Some of the things that I liked about Gen Con that I'm sure are like tenfold at Comic Con is the cosplay. The people that you see walking around in some of the coolest costumes, like I told you about the girl that was dressed up as the character from Arcane. I saw a Mandalorian. I kid you not. I ran after him to take a picture with him. He was probably like, "Who the hell are you?" And I was almost as excited as if I had met the actor. Like, I didn't even care who was underneath the costume. I was like, "This is the Mandalorian. I need a picture of you." And I was totally fangirling over some random dude that has nothing to do with the show at all. So it was really funny. I'm sure that they, at the beginning, get excited at the reactions they get, but man, I couldn't handle being stopped every 15 feet to have somebody.
Right. Yeah, you can't get anywhere. Yeah. My favorite cosplay of the whole thing was there was like a 7-year-old girl dressed like the Mandalorian and had a little bag with the Grogu in them and everything. Aww. It was awesome.
That's cool.
And it looked good.
Yeah. I bet.
It was just the mask was open in the back so I could see, the ponytail and could tell. Yeah. But, her and her dad walked through looking at games and stuff. And I was like, that's the most adorable thing I've ever seen.
That's cool.
That's cute.
My most favorite thing that I brought back from Gen Con was a little golden ring.
Oh, yes.
There was a little girl dressed as Sonic, and I was at the table, and she had come over. And as she was, I didn't realize I was talking to the father, but then I looked down and I saw her as Sonic, and I'm like, "Oh, are you Sonic?" And she's like, "Yeah." And then in her hand, she had all these golden rings. And I was like, "Are those golden rings?" And she's like, "Yeah." "You want one?" I was like, "Yeah." And she gave me a golden ring. And I tried to keep it out on me as long as I could. It was so cute and so awesome. And she looked great. The costume was great. So
neat. You were stealing toys from little children is what I
was given a golden ring by Sonic.
I mean, you can't beat that. You can't beat that.
Of all the stuff, that's the coolest. I'll show it. I didn't have it ready. It's in the suitcase, but I'll show it. It's really cool. I mean, I appreciate being on that list. Thank you.
Aww. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
That would be very cool indeed.
Whoa.
Yeah.
This is what I missed. Coffee.
Yeah, seriously. That's what's in here tonight. Cheers.
I can't. Well, yeah, no. If I made coffee for the show, I would be up until 4 a.m. So I didn't do that.
Our Starbucks in our hotel had a 30 to 40 minute line every morning.
It's crazy.
So I couldn't do it. Obviously got stuff to do.
The coffee at the hotel where we were staying wasn't bad. It was in basically a thermos. They made it regularly. So it was actually decent. But yeah, I do remember last year the Starbucks lineup was crazy. So
there's a Starbucks a block away, you could walk to and not be too delayed. That usually has nobody too.
I think they need to provide this service at Gen Con. There needs to be a service you sign up for that will bring you coffee at your booth every morning, even if it's $8-10 a day. I think that's worth it. And then they bring you coffee and you're ready to go.
I mean, all you'd have to, if you live in Indianapolis, you could seriously probably contact one of these bigger booths like the ones that Breaking Games had and be like, "Hey, I'll be your gopher all day. I'll go get lunch, blah, blah, blah. Just give me a badge. I'll show up at lunch. I'll show up at, 4, I'll show up at early in the morning. I'll get everybody coffee and food and stuff. Just give me a badge. Yeah, give them a badge. That'd be awesome.
Yep.
That would be awesome.
And think how many times you wouldn't have to have people go out and try to get stuff like that, you know?
Yeah. And then it would give time for the people at the booth to actually go shopping on their break.
That's true. Yeah.
What did you guys buy when you were there?
So based only on what I'm going to let Mike go last because he's probably got a truckload. Based only on what you two have talked about, I got Red Cathedral.
Oh damn it! Yeah, what's over by you? That was nice.
I got it the last 5 minutes of the con. They were like, "It's about to close," and I saw Peter Vaughn walk by, and he was holding it. I said, "Where'd you get it?" And he was like, "Right there. It's right next to you." And I had no clue, so I just ran over.
I looked for DeVere several times and didn't know where they were located. And I
remember you saying that.
I completely forgot until the last day that Paris was on my list of games to get. I completely forgot, and I ran out of time.
Oh, I have Paris. The Kickstarter one?
No, not that. Not Game Brewer.
Oh, the other one. The
other one. Yeah.
More like nighttime.
The DeVere one. Yeah.
Yeah, it was basically between us and Renegade. So, and I met up with old friend Dan Blanchett, who works at Renegade. He just made a American, what's it called? I was just talking about it. The one with Christian Bale. He was in a movie. He was a serial killer in the 80s.
Oh, American Psycho.
We were just talking about that. American Psycho.
Yeah. So he designed it. And he took me over and showed me what it looked like and stuff like that and stuff. It's about to come out. Looks really cool. The artwork's really good.
Yeah, we were just talking about that.
I was very excited about the so it wasn't out to purchase, but it was set up on tables. I went and took a look at no kidding.
Yep.
I went and took a look at the Clank Catacombs that is going to be coming out, and it looks awesome. That I don't have a Clank game, but I did enjoy the regular Clank and the Legacy game that I played. And I had yet to buy one, but it was basically described to me as this is what Clank should have been from the beginning. Because you're discovering the tiles as you go. So it definitely feels like that dungeon crawling type game. And you might uncover a tile and that one has an artifact on a piece of it. And if you commit to going there, you're going to have to make sure that you can loop back around and make it out. And you don't know if it's going to, so it has much more of that push your luck element than the other ones. And it's less predictable. So when I saw it on the table, I know that's going to be in my collection at some point.
I just checked to see if Clank was on Tabletopia, but it's not. Boo.
Yeah. I'm
together.
for that one.
Cool.
Yeah. So I got that. I also got Cat in the Box, which I know you two both also got. And and I told Daryl that, and he wants to come on and play with us. So
nice.
Oh, sweet.
Next time we have him, we know what we're playing with him, right?
Okay. Is it digital?
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
I don't know if we could play unless we all have. If somebody's running the board and we all have a copy, then yeah, we could play. But I mean, the shuffling of the cards would be tricky.
I don't know if he has it or not. He said he played it at the con and loved it, so
it's great.
It's great.
If we each have a set of cards, that would work. No, because you. Oh no.
Because you
have
shuffling
to
out.
shuffle it. Yeah, that's right.
We'll figure it out sometime.
Hey, Alan.
Fun.
Hey, we have Board Game Rundown in the comments. They stopped by, came to play Mission Control, and it was such a blast.
It was.
I love their team so much. They're such good people. Super fun.
Yep.
And we totally should have them on the show at some point.
They should definitely come on the show. They all survived, which is awesome.
I didn't get to play Mission Control.
You did not.
I
didn't get to play then, and I didn't get to play whenever you guys had Dorian Con.
For shame. For shame.
Corian.
Yeah.
So
are you. It was fun. I'm glad you guys got to play it.
Thanks, Tim. Yeah, I
Very
was
happy
so excited to see their team in there, and
Yeah.
that was really cool to watch.
Yeah.
You should explain a little bit what the setup looked like.
Oh, we'll show it off. I got
Oh.
tons of pictures, got some videos of everybody. We actually had, which was really cool. I guess a little teaser for next week. We had the Master Chief and Samus playing the game.
That's fun.
That's the people.
They wore the whole thing in there?
Oh,
Yeah.
well, yeah, like Master Chief, and they actually killed Keith. We got a picture of Keith getting shot by both Master Chief with the battle rifle and Samus. It was really great cosplay. The Master Chief looked amazing.
Samus,
Samus,
for those who don't know, that's the one from Halo, right?
Halo, no? Yeah, Master
Halo.
Chief.
Okay,
yeah.
Didn't assume.
Yeah, it was really awesome.
Oh,
there you go.
There you go.
There's a teaser.
Weird picture. I'm all like,
yeah,
but whatever.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah,
we had a great time. It was, for me, when Batman came out, Batman missed Gen Con on both ends. So it came out in October of 18, and Gen Con was August of 18, and then Gen Con of 19. Batman never had that kind of flair that we created with Mission Control. It was mind-boggling to see people playing the game that you design. And at one point, there was somebody who was cosplaying as Keaton's Batman, playing Batman. Like, I have a picture of him. I think I just posted on Facebook.
You did.
I have a picture of him playing the game, and I'm watching Batman playing Batman. It was surreal for me. But one of the coolest moments was watching Corey and Donnie and their face when, like, people were cheering and people were having fun, right? And they're, like, enamored by what we had there. And then being able to teach their game to people that were excited about it. Like, it was really awesome. Like, it was really cool to watch that for them, because they're great friends.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah. 100%.
Glad everybody had fun with it too. It was we'll show, but it was great. We had Mark from Board Game Coffee play it. We had a bunch of people playing it, and it's something special.
A lot of positive response.
Yeah,
a lot of positive responses. Yeah, people seem to really like it.
But it's cool, right? Because you got not only, so the picture that Chris showed before was Corey and Donnie, like that's their drawing. They're in the game. Yeah, there it is. That's me on the right there. Yeah.
As
so
Batman?
that was Batman. He was waiting to play Batman. And then I don't know if it's posted, I might have posted it, but if you look at it, a couple after they played, I was playing Robin, I think, at that point. And then when they were done, Batman stepped up and was playing. And I'm looking at it going, Batman's playing the game that Richard and I designed. Like, this is just mind-boggling. It was really cool.
So you felt probably, that one.
Yep. That's you can see my Dave Matthews hat there. And I'm just watching it going, this is surreal, man.
So you probably felt like I did with that Mandalorian guy. It's like, it's that character. Doesn't matter who's underneath. Batman's playing your Batman game.
Yeah, to me, Michael Keaton played my Batman game at Gen Con. That was it.
Yep.
Yeah, it was great. It was so cool to watch. Because, and we've talked about it before, but the history of the game with Donnie and Corey, and seeing what the team at 3WS has done to the game, just blowing it out of the water. Like the whole circle, the whole simulator, the way they had the badges with the like completion medals and the feedback from the demo hall and how great it was going. It was a great feeling to watch it all kind of come to fruition now. Yeah. And now the next step is to get it to print and get it into people's hands. The pre-orders are there, but like to see people start playing it and to watch like the buzz start to be created, it's going to be pretty.
I can't wait for that, because, and we've talked about this, like it's a game that like my mom does Sudoku. Like there are some of the puzzle parts of this game that she could totally play because it's easy enough to grasp. And even though it's asymmetrical, it's like, I know she would obviously freak out being in the Aethernos role, but I could easily have her do other ones. And so I'm really excited to be able to play that with my family. Like it's yeah, I can't wait to have that game. It's I'm super excited.
They killed it. They did a great job on it, like all around. Not only from the beginning, but like through dev and through graphic design and with the art and everything. The game is really, it's firing on all cylinders. It's something great.
Yeah.
So I also got Cora, and that's all I got. Cora, the Empire Builder thing.
Oh yeah.
And I don't want to leave you guys out. So what did you get?
Hold on. I got. Oh, I'm gonna show them all upside down.
Oh.
It's on.
I do too, Shannon. I was playing on the plane.
Theme. I got Aldabas from Grand Gamers Guild. I can't even tell you how it plays completely, but it's a card game.
Is that supposed to be like the Lion Temple and Aladdin or something?
It's all about door knockers.
Oh.
Basically, door knockers from Colombia. If I'm not, from Cartagena in Colombia. And I don't know.
At some point, you say nice knockers.
The gameplay apparently is quite intricate, and
Don't roll your eyes at me.
Pardon? I didn't hear you. Did you say a joke?
Yeah. Sorry.
I missed it. What was it?
It's about door knockers.
What about it? No, repeat it.
It's not funny now.
No, it's not funny now.
Was it funny then? Probably not.
No, it wasn't.
Okay. The other game I got was Green Team Wins, which they sold out so fast. And then, check this out. It's even signed by the designer.
Nice. Yeah, we should be able to play this. I think it's minimum 3.
Yes.
So we should be able to play this. We could have a big to-do about it. But we should be able to play it.
Do I need one to play? Or
I don't think so. I think the only thing you would need is, or we could even do it for you, is the green team, orange team tile. Basically, it's just that when you get something right, you become on the green team. And then your goal is to ultimately stay on the green team, because every time that you stay on the green team, you earn 2 points. If you were on the orange team, you weren't making any points, but when you finally get on the green team, you get a point. So you would either need to make yourself a tile, or we could do it probably for you. It looks like it plays really well remotely. Yeah, we'll have you on.
You're in.
Other game that I got that I should have bought this way before, and the weight of the box itself is super cool. Shobu by
it looks like Go. What is that?
Pardon?
Said it looks like Go or something. What is that?
Shobu's great.
It's an abstract game apparently that is fantastic. It's by Smirk and Laughter, Smirk and Dagger, same company, kind of.
So there's 2 dark grids and 2 light, like 2 dark wood or whatever. Whatever you move on your board, you're moving on the other board, and you're trying, like if you're the black rock, they're rocks. They come with rocks.
Yeah,
you're trying
that's why it's so heavy.
Yeah, it's heavy. You're trying to knock the other player's rocks off the boards. If you can do that, you win. But the way the strategy works, the puzzle works, and how things move, it's really neat. They did a great job with that. I've loved that game for a long time. Yeah,
I want to open it just to see the rock side. Like, I'm curious. Here's a 2-second unboxing. Hang on.
Is this our first live unboxing?
I don't know, but
no, you've opened up stuff before.
Have I?
Nice.
Yeah, they're cool.
And then the boards are wooden. It's very cool. I'm super excited. Okay, the other game I got was.
I was gonna say it, but I didn't want to get another eye roll from Mike. So.
Well, I mean, I didn't eye roll.
This one's gonna create a sore spot.
Maybe
because I was supposed to get 2 copies and I forgot.
Oh yeah, thanks for that.
Well, not only that, but they were sold out when I went to go look for them too.
I know. I was supposed to get 2 copies and I got distracted because there were people in front of me. We started talking about the Turing machine or whatever it's called. And by the time that I literally grabbed the copy and I was still talking to them and I completely forgot I was supposed to pick up 2. So my apologies.
I mean, technically, you should have picked up 3 thinking ahead.
Well, yeah, I didn't know that. But anyways, Acropolis. That's one
You
that
found
was
us in
on the list.
both of them.
And the other things that I got is Chicken Hair, the graphic novel
Oh,
by 3W.
all right. Hold up
As
each
well-
page, and we'll all read it together.
Bedtime story.
We'll have a
The
live
other
reading.
ones that I got, and I also got the author to sign, were those two from 3W.
Oh, Gossamer. Yeah, I saw her booth.
Right?
Or his booth?
Or
His,
booth, yes.
David.
Okay.
Yep. The artist is Sarah. She's amazing.
Okay. Maybe that's who I saw at the booth.
It's beautiful in the
It was
story.
in the artist row area, right?
Yeah, he had a couple friends helping him out at the booth. Sarah wasn't there.
Oh.
Sarah's a tricky one to
Oh,
get
okay.
an autograph
Hey,
from.
Look at that.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's
That's
so
fun.
gorgeous.
Wow.
Barnabas is great.
I'm very excited. I think that's all I got. Oh, and I got my Arcane Academy expansion.
Nice.
That's all. I kept it reasonable.
So did you sell all your games?
If I sold all my games,
You had a stack of games you were trying to sell.
Yep.
You
the first
succeeded?
5. Yeah.
The first
Yep.
one. Excellent.
Yeah.
Sold
Good job.
out of Arcane Academy, and that was all Katia throughout the con. Almost sold out of Charms and Dangerous. Yeah, it was really cool.
So as I was taking off, I heard that a member of my team tested positive. So
Right.
hopefully I'll be okay.
You could be okay because as long as the person doesn't show symptoms.
Yeah, he says that he doesn't have any symptoms, and I actually didn't get to spend a lot of time with him, so we'll see.
Yeah. You should be fine. Let's hope.
Okay. I got
we
stuff
all
to do. No time to get sick.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the new meadow. Yeah, I completely forgot, Shannon.
I saw some people playing it. I didn't stop or play it or anything like that, but I saw it at a booth. They were demoing it.
I'll have
There
to
were
get
so
it.
many things. It was amazing.
Well, and then I found out afterwards I should have bought those dragons that people had. So there was an artist selling these dragons that you can kind of like wrap around stuff.
Oh, I saw those. Yeah.
Right? I didn't. Yeah, I should have just gotten one.
Yeah.
They glow in the dark. They have like scales made out of leather, and they basically look like Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon. I should have just bought one. But
I tried not my best, but I tried 3 times to get the Simon exclusive Juggernaut thing, and I couldn't do it. So I went to the Asmodee booth, and it was huge, and there's a giant wall that says Simon at it, right? Because, they're all, Asmodee owns everything. Huge wall for Simon, right? And so I walk up to someone who's working there, who's standing in front of that wall, and I say, "Hey, can you tell me how to get the Juggernaut Marvel United thing and stuff?" And he goes, "This is Asmodee, not Simon." I'm like, "You're standing," and he turns around and goes, "Oh, like, dude."
Oh my God.
And when I say huge banner, I'm talking like the side of a building.
Yeah.
Huge. And then luckily someone next to him go, let me tell you where they are. They're over here. But by then I had to go back to my booth. So that was time 1. The second time I got there and it was like 4:00 and they were like, we only give it out between 11 and 3. I was like, oh, okay, I'll come back tomorrow. And then whenever I came back tomorrow, it was Sunday and they were like, we're only going to give it out at 3. We only have 35 copies left. I was like, dude, I'm working the booth. I can't stand in line for an hour and a half for this. I was like, seriously, I'm not asking for extra favors, but still, I'm working a booth with you, like not with you, but like you.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have any saves for some friends or something. You're like, nope. I'm like, all right, fine. So
that's crummy.
yeah, I'm sure many people who worked hard to get it got it, and
I just remembered something else that I got while I was there.
I could buy it on eBay. It's $100.
Yeah.
So
Michael,
I did not get one. I wasn't able to get one because of reasons, right? You got to be back at your booth or whatever. But Corey and Donnie, they got 2 because each person, right? And they gave me 1. So I'll just scan them in. You can photocopy them.
And after I got you your Grey Hulk one.
I did not. I wasn't there. I was planning on getting it for you, but I could not get one, and I ended up getting one from them.
Now my Marvel United is incomplete. I'm throwing it in the trash.
Throw it all out. Yeah, you don't need it.
All in trash.
Oh, yay.
Oh, yeah. Mine's in my bag.
Coin that we're able to get from Matt Bucket. The coin that you designed, Be Creative.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited to have that. So that was my Gen Con haul. What about you, Michael?
They're still talking dragons.
Oh, man.
I got a few things.
Show us.
All right, so what's the giant hole you got?
It was very light because I didn't leave the booth that often. I mean, when I did, it felt like Gen Con again, right? So we were walking through and everybody's slow and you're getting hit by angel wings and backpacks the whole time you're walking. When I finally did get out, Red Cathedral's expansion sold out. Marvel Remix sold out. What was the other thing? There was a bunch of stuff which was great, like good for them. Like Cat in the Box, they had 1,800 copies. They sold out. Like it was great, right? I did get my hands on Cat in the Box, which I was super excited about. I wanted 3 things. I got Cat in the Box, I got kites, and Glory wasn't there. So of the 3 I wanted, I couldn't get one because it physically wasn't there. But I got what I went for, and then a couple extra.
Just a couple. Show us. Come on. I've seen you come back with several bags, so just show
But really, I didn't get that much stuff, so I'm very happy. I got kites, which I'm very excited about.
And then I need to get out, but you guys can keep going. Kites? Okay, you were talking about that whenever we were going through it.
Yep. I did not know this was going to be there. So
I saw you got that.
Yep. We were together with that one. Yep. The base game is fantastic. I might have talked about it on a show, but I have no idea how this plays. I'm just very excited that it exists. Basically, there's like objectives, and you got to get like certain colors in a row or whatever, and it's really. I can't wait for that one.
Get Scout probably.
Scout is great. That's a great pickup.
We should see if that's online and try to play or play.
Scout's awesome. I picked up the Sorcerer's Arena expansion, and I was able to talk to the designer for a little while.
Davy Jones on there?
Davy Jones is on there. They have acrylic tile. We might have talked about it a bit, but they have acrylic tiles for the characters. Mm-hmm. Really, really fun to talk to the designer about how this comes and how you balance. Like, you have all these things now, right? You got the base game with those characters, and now they also had a early copy of the next expansion, which has Jack Skellington in it, which is super exciting.
That's cool. I was just excited about the pins they were handing out for free.
Yeah.
They had the pins basically of all the characters, so I got the Jack Skellington one.
Nice.
And the I don't know, the little blue guy. Stitch.
Whoa. What Arc Nova map pack? Did I miss something, Arc Nova?
Yeah, they had a map pack over there.
Rewind. Let's go back.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I did the same thing you were doing. Yeah, he was great to talk to. I picked his brain a little about, from a designer perspective, about balance, right? Because you have all these characters now, right? And as you add expansions, you have to make sure that their abilities now work with the other stuff, right? So it's not overpowered, it's not underpowered, they don't break the game. So as you're releasing these things, how did you balance like Jack Skellington based on like what you already had made and making sure it was really great to talk to. I did pick up my Star Wars Villainous, which I'm excited about, but I've heard really crappy things about the minis. I hope that's what they were supposed to look like, but try to do something clever and make them look like starry or spacey. And
open it up. Let's see.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is the time to do the unboxing.
Yeah.
See
It's
it?
got those 4 circle stickers, and I don't have a knife.
Oh,
Use
I
your
know.
fingernail.
It's harder to do with these things. Do I have a knife?
He's not going to open it. That's what's going on.
I don't have a knife.
all right.
Well, I'll open it.
You can always show us next week. Worst comes to worst.
Yeah, let's do it next week.
Yeah.
Okay.
We know you're not going to open it before then.
All right, I'll do that. And I did get, I guess they released them, these bad boys.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw you eyeball those as we walked by. So.
Yeah, I went back and got them. So I don't know anything about them. I don't know how they play. Maybe we can play them online at some point, but I saw they released. So I'm kind of excited about them.
So, yeah, there were a lot of publishers actually that, including Breaking Games, that didn't have one of their main games there. And so some of us were pre-ordering without shipping or pre-ordering stuff like that. We pre-ordered Dwellings Without Shipping, which, if you've seen that box, is a hefty price. Yeah. But,
Wow.
Crazy.
I
got
in the U.S.
Yeah. I honestly, I might have 3 or 4 other games that I didn't show that I got. So it was a light haul. Oh, I didn't show this. I grabbed that while I was online. I didn't know that came out.
Nice.
I didn't even know you had Zombicide.
It's a Zombicide flipping right.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, right. So I'm excited to see how that rocks.
And you also got the beta game, The Fish.
Yeah, the beta game. That was when we were driving there, and Jason, he's such a great influence. He was looking at his list of stuff that he wanted to get. I'm like, you made a list? And he's like, yeah, like that keeps whatever. And so then I went on the Gen Con thing that we had gone over twice now, right? The preview and the preview.
Right.
And then I started taking screenshots of all the games I wanted. And I ended up with like 40 games I wanted to look at. And other than the ones that had sold out that I was just late to getting because I couldn't leave the booth, I ended up doing really well on what I wanted to get. That was at least available, not prototypes, not demo only. That's why I was surprised that Coatl, I don't know how it's pronounced, was there, because on the BGG preview, it said that this was just for demo. So I was excited. I thought it was great. I mean, the haul is one thing, right? We're lucky enough to be able to pull back all these games that are out and early copies or, air-shipped copies that they're selling early, or like Kickstarters that haven't been delivered to backers yet because they need to make money, so they ship them early. If you have an opportunity to go to these things, but the best thing about it is the 98% of people that are genuine and helpful and friendly and fun. Not only people that we know from the show and people that we know from the industry, but like the gamers, the hobbyists that are there to see this stuff, that are genuinely excited about being back, being at board games, looking at board games. It was fun.
Yeah. I got to see several games that haven't made it to shipping yet, but like the publishers brought what it should be, their forwarded print copy just to show it off, like Mosaic, Flamecraft was there at Lucky Duck. What else? I saw, I can't remember what it's called now. It's evading my head, but I saw one that was like, they were selling it. I was like, I haven't got mine yet. And they're like, oh, it's shipping to you. I promise. It'll be there when you get home. Not here. But it will be, I'm sure.
Yeah. And it happens, right? Like Connor from Inside Up, Block and Key was there. I backed it. It's not here yet, but
right.
I'm not part of that 2% that are going to go on and bitch about the fact that we funded your game and we don't. Like it happens. These people, these companies, these independent companies, maybe the larger ones you can kind of gripe a little bit more about, but
it's not like they planned it. But sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you got to make your money back, right? The amount of money that you're putting into these things, right? If you have to airship copies in, right, you're taking a hit on not only the shipping, but like on the manufacturing and the getting it here early so you can showcase stuff. There's a lot of money that go, and we talked about a little bit Matt Goldrick from QML when we were talking about shipping. Like these companies need to make money, and you can't really, like, we're lucky enough to be able to do this stuff, and you
margins
can't
are thin in board games enough as it is. I mean, just let them make money. It sucks when it happens. It's not like they planned it that way, but if they can make money and continue, if it's successful, then they'll make more. They'll do more stuff. So, it's not a great feeling, but
it's a giant show, right? Like there are other shows, right? There's Origins and there's PAX Unplugged and there's Dice Towers and there are other shows out there, but Gen Con is like the show that you're showing stuff off, right? There's people that are looking for you there, or looking for stuff. They want to see your prototypes. They want to see what you make. And if you don't have it there, it could really hurt a lot of these companies. So
I didn't see Marvel Zombicide. I went to CMON several times, as I mentioned, but I didn't really look around. I saw that they had United there, Teen Titans Go, kind of like their setup from Comic-Con. So, but they might have had it. I just didn't really look. I was looking more for the Juggernaut thing. But yeah, so there were a lot of cool things to see that I know are already headed my way. And like I said, I got a couple of games and all, but that's the thing about board games. For the most part, you might have to wait a year, but eventually you'll be able to get the game.
Yeah.
If you just kind of keep looking. Now, there have been a few times where I'm like, ooh, I'm going to get that. Oh, it's sold out right now? Okay, I'll wait. And then I've let reprint slip by because I haven't been focused and stuff. That's, but that's on me.
Like Marvel Remix, I was talking because it's Fantasy Realms just in the Marvel universe, but it's not a reskin. So I was talking to one of the gentlemen at the booth about like what was added, and it sounds really awesome. If you're familiar with Fantasy Realms, they added a villain mechanism, and the villain is in your hand, and in order to get the villain to trigger, you must have a certain amount of like X-Men or something to do to trigger them. So we're talking back and forth about it, and I'm like, it's great for them to sell out. They sold out, they airshipped more in and sold out again. And that's not the first company that I heard about that. Like, things were selling out. But he's like, yeah, it comes out in September. It's like, all right, well, I can't get it from Gen Con. I'm not playing it at Gen Con anyway. I'm probably not going to be able to play maybe one or two of these tomorrow at QSCon Tuesday. But like, September is right around the corner. And, you have your local game store that you want to support, and I'm sure they'll have it. So,
Yeah.
All right, guys, I gotta take off. You're more than welcome to keep going if you want.
Well, yeah, I think we should talk about some of the games that we got to play, maybe. But
I didn't get to play any games, so perfect time for me to leave off. So I'm gonna take off. Hi to everybody that I got to see at the show. It was great meeting people who watched it. It was crazy. So
yep.
A little Gen Con chat. Yep. Yay. Hold on. Like and subscribe. Subscribe, please. We love you if you subscribe. So anyway, you guys continue, and I'm going to run away.
Very happy you were able to make it for most of the show.
Yep.
Yeah. It was great meeting you, too. I mean, we talked about it.
Meeting you, a great show. Meeting you two is the highlight.
Yeah. That was really, really cool. And not just that we met, but that we got to hang out.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, we actually got to like spend time together and hang out. So that was really, really something.
Yeah, it was neat. So much that we had lunch and dinner together. It was amazing.
Yeah. And drinks. Too many. But,
All right.
Yeah, that was
See you guys later.
All right.
Take care. All right, let's talk about it. You ready?
I'm in the like important seat here.
You are.
I feel so out of place.
I don't know why it's 42 is covered up. This is part of the I don't know what I'm doing stage. All right, so we didn't play too much. Like
no, but we played a few and we can talk about them. We got to play Kites by Floodgates. Bye, Shannon.
Bye, Shannon.
Yeah, explain to people how that one works. You have a
Kites?
copy there. Yeah.
Well, so we might have talked about it on the show of like the things that I wanted to see, but basically it's a cooperative game. You go as fast as you can. Let me open the plastic because it'll create a glare. Throw it. So you have sand timers, and each one of them thematically represents a kite. And the objective is to keep all the sand up. Like you don't want any of them to expire, and it acts as if the kite hit the floor. But you have a hand of cards, and the cards have symbols on them, either 1 or 2 or some challenge cards that are super difficult. And as you have a hand of cards, you have 3 cards, and as fast as you can, or well timed as you can, you play a card and you flip those timers. At any point, you can play a single icon color to flip the white one, which is a wild. But you have to keep all the sand in the top of the sand timers, and it plays up to 6. It's so easy. You know all the rules for the base. It's so easy to teach. It's so much fun to play. I was lucky enough to be part of earlier stuff with it. We played it at the gathering with Ryan. Ryan was showing it off. Yeah, it's such a great game. It's you want to use filler, you want to use like a starter, you want to end the night with a little bit of chaos. It's just it's great fun. Yeah. They did a great job with it. Plus the art's awesome. I think it's Beth. Is it Beth? Yeah, it's Beth Sobel. I mean, you can't go wrong.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
I found out that those black cards, you're not really supposed to play with all of them unless you want to. It's like the extreme difficult mode that we ended up playing right off the bat.
Yeah, it's super challenging.
Yeah. So if you're not familiar with the game, like he explained, but basically they also added cards that make the game a little bit more challenging. So there's a tangled line cards, there's a upcoming storm or something like that card, and there was another one, drones or airplanes or something.
Airplane, yeah.
And so they all basically, when you have that card in your hand, you have to play it right away, and it makes things more difficult. One of them forces you to trade cards with your neighbors, and it's that definitely adds to the chaos level. But yeah, I really enjoyed the game on it, like just the base game itself. I think it's great because it, like, when you flip the timers, you're going through your card and you flip the timers, and then you see your neighbor play a card with the color that you just flip, and then you realize, like, that moment where you realize, no, because like as soon as you flip it, now you only have a little bit left. Like it creates some fun moments in the game for sure.
Yeah, it's great. It's just fun.
Yeah.
Sweet chaos.
Mm-hmm. And then the other game that we played.
Oh God.
What is it called? We're all doomed.
We're doomed. We can wait to talk about it with Chris. It's a breaking games game. But yeah, we're doomed. It plays up to 10. Everyone's a different type of like a democracy. Whatever. There's your different role, and there's a certain amount of actions you take on your turn. There's a 15-minute timer, and the objective is to pool your resources cooperatively to unlock seats to get off the planet before basically it explodes. But throughout the game, events happen that change that rule. So you win if no seats are open or no one gets on the ship. And one card, I wish it was done a little differently, but one card asks you to read it super slowly. And remember, it's time, so the sand timer is going down, and the card is specifically telling you to drag this out and read it super slowly, and people can bribe you with whatever they want in order to get you to speed up. Super fun, and everyone was like, Keith was just losing his shit.
Yeah.
But it's fun. It's a fun game. I want to play it again. We were nowhere near winning anything when we were playing it. It's definitely another one of those you got to act quickly type of games. You have 15 minutes to get at least 40 resources. And the max you get on your turn, I think if your one roll is 3, you're normally getting 2. People are contributing or not contributing. It's fun. It's fun.
And you can spend resources, and this is where it makes the game really hard. In a way, it makes it really hard to open seats, is because you can spend resources that you've accumulated in order to eliminate a player. So if you're playing with a bunch of people like we were playing, where, I don't know, as soon as you saw someone get in the lead, it's almost like people started hoarding resources, planning on killing that person. And it just became more about, I just want to get rid of you versus actually trying to win the game. So yeah, while it was still a fun experience, like we laughed a lot. But yeah, I felt like both games we were nowhere near having the amount of resources we need to even unlock one seat. So it's I would be curious to play it again as well to see if it's always like that. I mean, if it is, the title is very fitting, but at the same time, I feel like it's important to have like a glimmer of hope, which not in the two games that we played.
No,
We
it
were
was.
definitely all doomed. Yeah.
It's a social experiment, that's for sure. Because every round, no matter what, an event is going to be drawn, right? Because there's a first player, it's going to go around, and when it comes back to first player, whoever contributed the most is going to have an event. If there's a tie, you vote to see who gets the event. So it could screw somebody, it could really help somebody, and you have no idea. And what I thought was cool, they specifically tell you shuffle it once, and then they tell you never to shuffle it again. So all the events you're getting go to the bottom of the deck. So it's not like, oh, we already had this one or whatever. And it's a solid deck of cards. So it'll take you a while to get through the deck. Yeah. And that was really neat.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun. What else did we play?
Um,
I don't know if we played. Oh, we played that farmer's market game.
Oh yeah, that was fun. Do you have it
Yeah.
handy?
Forget that. No, I don't.
It's called Farmers Market? No.
It's something farmer's market. I forgot. I could look it up. I can't look it up because my internet's shit. But yeah, basically you have these scoring tiles. You're given 4, they're double-sided, and you pick the 4, and then you're given 4 more and you pick the other 4. So you have this grid that you're filling in with these tiles, and each one of the scoring tiles are asking for specific things. Either a certain amount of an item or none of the item in a column or row. So you know what your end game scoring is from the beginning, and every turn you're drafting from the farmer's market. And there's 6 different foods, carrots, milk, eggs, whatever. And you're putting them into this 4x4 grid to score points at the end. It's blue. I believe it's blue-orange, which is, again, never disappoints. Everything they make has been phenomenal. But yeah, it was super light. Not light. It's a lot of tiles.
There's a puzzle. There's a puzzly aspect to it, like trying to make sure you're maximizing your scoring. Because, yeah, like if you have a row that says it will only score if you don't have cheese and bread in there, and you're drafting tiles because it's like, well, this is all that's left. Now I have cheese on this tile, and you're trying to figure out where you can put it that it's not going to wreck your scoring. So there's a nice that's where the game shines, is that little puzzly aspect to it. But yeah, it was good.
Yeah, that was another Jason influence. Jason got Dave to buy it. Dave brought it to QsCon Tuesday. Both Luke and I played it, and we were like, yeah, like we have to get it. So thanks, Jason, for influencing us again.
Yeah. It's funny because the game at first glance, when I saw it, I was like, yeah, the artwork is very much looks not homemade, but anybody who knows how to use Illustrator a little bit could produce that type of artwork. So I'm always sort of unexcited about those types of games, and I think it's just because I feel like they cheaped out somewhere. But the gameplay was really good, so it's all that matters.
I forget, it's something farmer's market. I don't remember. I mean, I can look it up. Why don't I just look it up?
John said that's what friends are for.
Yeah.
Make each other spend money. Absolutely.
So true.
Yeah.
I got Jason on the mind. I started searching it up and I typed in Jason. Because Jason will send a picture of, did you see this? Or look at this game, or look at the art in this game. Like, Jason, stop sending me stuff. Farmers. I'll do this quick. Sorry. Market. Something farmers market. Downtown farmers market.
That's it. That's it.
So that's the cover. Downtown farmers market. It is by Blue Orange. I'm happy I didn't fuck that up. Here's a good picture of what it looks like. Can I turn this sideways?
No, I know. I meant to take a picture.
Why are you at YouTube? Why did it go to YouTube? What the shit?
Oh, they have a video on there.
No, it was one of our booth neighbors was playing awesome music all weekend long, and he shared a link with me to a Dead Mouse video that I have to watch, which was great. But here's a layout of a game. You can see the art, but it's very, I mean, it's user friendly because it's all icons. But really, in the beginning of the game, come on, phone. In the beginning of the game, you'll get 4 tiles. You'll figure out how you want to score there, and then you get 4 tiles, and you'll figure out. So you're creating the grid, and then what you want to do, for instance, is like that one there. That column wants no milk. So when you're scoring, you want to make sure there's no milk in that column, which they didn't do, which is great. And then you get 4 points for that. But this one wants 6 of something. Come on, phone. You want 6 of something, and I don't think they scored there because they only got 3 bread. Oh no, you want all 6 items. Sorry. So it's simple
stuff, but yeah,
you want exactly 2 eggs and 1 cheese in that column. So they have 2 eggs and 1 cheese, so they got to make sure that those 2 gaps right there are not cheese or eggs, and they'll score those points. It's super simple. I mean, you know all the rules. You just got to draft the farmer's market, and it's fun.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Yeah. Again, Blue Orange, man. There's so many companies that are, and one of our other episodes was like publishers that we trust. Like we know they're going to do. DeVere is one. 25th Century Games is just rocking it. I talked about DeVere even last year, but DeVere is still killing it. Blue Orange is another one of them for me. They kind of have a good range of games to play. They're not all like what's the one with the levers? It's kind of like a marble game. You got to work cooperatively and push down the levers and get the board to move the marble from one way to the other.
I've never played that, but that sounds awesome.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's best at 4 players because everybody gets 1 lever. And as you push down on the lever, you're tilting the board like that old labyrinth kind of game.
Yeah.
But you got to work together to keep the marble, or it's not a marble, it's on a marble, but it's a character that's on a marble. And you got to keep them on a trail and not dumping it. Slide quest. There you go. Good job. It's so much fun. Again, it's Blue Orange. They're awesome.
And I don't think they were there. They're a European company.
They were there.
Were they?
Yeah, I saw them there. They had King Domino and Queen Domino and my first domino and all the other dominoes.
Yeah, I miss seeing a lot of booths, so I feel like, yeah, I didn't see Elf Creek. Normally, that's one that I make a point to go and visit.
Yeah.
I tried to see Connor at Inside Up twice, and both times he wasn't there. So it's hard to see everybody that you want to see, but
it's a busy show, right? Like,
yes.
And and we talked about it, like PAX Unplugged and Origins. You can actually, even from a industry perspective, like being able to talk to all your friends while you're there, like people you know from different companies, but you get to talk to fans, right? We had somebody from the Discord on 3WS that won one of our contests, and like we met him, his wife, his son. Like they came to the booth and they were like, "We can't wait for Stuff a Legend," and we got to like meet somebody in person. And it was during like that lunch hour lull. So it wasn't normally at Gen Con, you'll have like just death rays coming at you from people that are like, why are you even talking to these people? I want to see that game, like move along kind of stuff. And it's very rinse repeat. Usually it's rinse repeat. And it felt good this year. It was still busy, but we had a chance to meet and talk to a lot of new people. Kind of like PAX and Origins, where you have the opportunity to like, what brought you over? How'd you hear of us? Or what kind of games you like? Like, where are you from? Like, how's your mom? Like that kind of stuff that you can't really do at Gen Con normally because it's so busy. And it still felt that way, but we had a great time meeting and talking to people especially media people this year. Like there's so many people that I met for the first time, and it was so cool to be able to like just talk to them, right? Like,
yep.
Stella
Go ahead.
No, I got to meet Stella from Meeple University and talk about Australia and all the stuff that's going on, and like new people that you hadn't met before. And it's fun. It's good stuff.
Yeah. It was my first time meeting her as well, in person, like to actually get a chance to talk to her. I think we met like a long time ago at Origins, but to actually get a chance to talk to her. And yeah, like to meet Mark Maya. I know you had met him before, but it was, that was really cool to get to hang out. And especially because he's from Canada, so it feels like we should, visit each other more. Maybe we will now, but yeah, that was really fun. Ran into Jeremy Howard from Man vs. Meeple. Like
Tim, we got to meet Tim.
From Tim and Mike from Board Game Rundown. It was Jesse from Quackalope. Just so many people that and I hung out a bunch with Roberto from Sheer Boredom. So we should definitely have a bunch of them on the show because they're all great people.
Oh yeah.
And I would love having Mark Maya back on. Like he's just such a blast.
He's fun. So he's great.
Yeah.
They're all we met BA, the designer of Cult of the Deep. Met Tim, obviously. Jesse from Quackalope. We have a lot of things in place for future episodes that will bring awesome people to the show. So I'm glad it's growing. I'm glad we're meeting new people. It's still bonkers that people recognize Chris from the 42.
I couldn't believe it.
I couldn't
believe it. I'm like, which one of our 20 viewers was there?
Serious. Well, we're up to 218, so we're starting to grow now.
A little, but that was
it's neat.
Oh yeah, BA. He stopped by, I believe. Tim's asked me if we
talked to him for a while.
Yeah, he stopped by.
Cult of the Deep's awesome. If you haven't looked into that, the art's great, the gameplay's great. They got good stuff going on too.
Yeah, and then we got to see Steven again, who's been on the show, Steven Bancor.
We saw both. You saw both Stevens.
Both of them.
Yeah, we had a chance to see both.
The one that's on the thumbnail.
Yeah.
It was really fun. For me, so like I'm comparing to last year when I was there and the venue was all like condensed.
Yeah.
I felt like this year, it would take 15 minutes to cross the hall when it was relatively empty. And I feel like I still missed 40% of the hall. Like I didn't get to do the Artist's Alley, which normally I make a point to go and zigzag into, but it's the size of it is impressive, like the full size of it. And you were saying something about Lucas Oil Stadium.
Yeah.
Explain that for those that haven't.
So the exhibit hall goes to the 3000s, right? I said 3WS was at 151.
Mm-hmm.
And it starts at the wall, which is row 100, and then it goes to row 3000, I think. It might even go more. I didn't pass. The only time I got near 2300 was to see Chris.
Mm-hmm.
And the half an hour I spent before one of the meetings to go walk, I still didn't pass that because once you get to 2300, it kind of opens up. It's like an L if you think of is it L or J? Whatever. It's one of those curly things. And there's so much there. And then there's the demo hall, which is huge, and there's demos running constantly. But then if you walk down one of the hallways and you go underground, you come out for like True Dungeon is over at Lucas Oil Stadium. And I remember it wasn't last year, but the last time, I think it was 2019, the football field has all tables and there's gaming going on there as well. So like it felt, although it was still reduced, it was huge. I don't know how often it was being used and how full it got down there, but the opportunity to go play a game on the football field at Lucas Oil Stadium it's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. I wish we would have made a point to like cross just to see it.
Yeah.
Hopefully next year. But that was when I saw the picture, I was like, that's really cool that they do that. Yeah. So
it's good. I think Keith went and took a picture of it. So I'll try and get it from Keith and we'll show it next week if he took one.
Right. Yeah. Next week it'll be good. We get to show people the booth that you guys were at. we'll get to show the video of us walking from one booth to the other and the mayhem in between.
Yeah,
that would be good. And yeah, we can share some pictures. There's one picture I want to share that I need to ask permission first, but I'm hoping that he'll say yes. It's not you, don't worry.
No, I'm trying to think of which one you're talking about.
It's a picture that I took of Matt Paquette. He's holding something, and I don't.
Oh yeah.
I want to ask permission before I share that, but I think it's great, and yeah,
it's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, and yeah, I just think that. How about big game night? Oh, nice.
That's cool.
That is very cool.
Yeah, this is great. Look that up.
Forges of Ravenshire. Oh.
Yeah.
That's their next one. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was great. It was great to see people that obviously we're growing friends with, but to see all the things be out, right? There's a local designer who's going to Kickstarter. I want to say November, maybe October, September, somewhere's in that group, that month, those months. He's from here, and he comes to the prototype nights that we have, prototype days that we have at Jason's store. I was walking down the aisle. I forget where it was or what booth it was at, but I stopped to look at the game Age of Comics, I think it's called. It looks cool. And right next to it was his game, Super Snipers. And as I'm looking at Age of Comics, I hear the guy like, "Oh, and what's this game?" And the gentleman that was demoing it or explaining it was like, "Oh, this is Super Snipers." And immediately I was like, "Wait a minute, what? I know that game." And then I took a picture. I looked at it was really cool. It's by his name is Galen, but he's local. It's really cool to see what. Oh, I have a picture. I have a picture of it.
So an exclusive sneak peek.
Yeah, if I can find the picture really quickly. I'll show it next week. There's so many cool things to show, like what I'm looking at now. Where are you? So yeah, just walking down the hall, and being able to see all these cool things that people are designing and people are coming out with, and the potential for all of these really cool things to hit the tables in the next year or so as these games are being worked on. But yeah, this is, I don't know if it'll really translate well, but so that's Super Snipers.
Nice.
Alien Games. Yeah. And then it's on this table and the guy is talking about it to this other guy. And I heard the Super Snipers, and I was this past Sunday was the last prototype event, and he was there. So it was in the front of my head, and when I heard it, I was like, "That's really cool!" To see this, just things kind of come into fruition it's neat.
Yeah, it makes me very excited for our game when we're able to start showing people.
Yeah, there's a couple people that might know about it, but yeah, I'm excited to talk about it.
I'm very excited.
Yeah, it's fun. It's great. It's a reminder of how friggin' awesome the community is. I get it every Tuesday night when I go to game night. Not only within our own QSCon community, but the others that are out there supporting each other. Personally with Bullfinch and with the Syracuse Society, just how we all kind of help each other. And even at the conventions, I think we talked about, I forgot, we might've been talking about it with Bonacor, but the ability to we're all kind of in the same industry and we're all fighting for the same thing, right? We all want to make money. But damn, do we help each other out, right? It's such a cool community to be a part of, and being at something this massive and to see everyone really helping each other out, it's refreshing to see.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I think people when you help someone play test, for me anyways, I just want to see that game succeed. I just want to see it out there, and the fact that you're getting involved in that and you're giving feedback, and in a way, also it's rewarding when you see the progression of the game. You get excited when you see that some of your suggestion may have made it in the final version. Like it's all kind of like this cool process. So yeah, it's definitely something nice to see, like how people help each other. Yeah,
it's good stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll save some more Gen Con stuff for next week when Chris is back. Because
I was just looking through some of these photos when I tried to get Galen's game out there, and I can't wait to share some of these.
Yep.
We had a really good time. It was surreal at dinner when I realized that almost everybody at dinner had been guests on the show or commenting, like fans of the show, not only on but in the comments. Like it's weird that ended up happening that way, because
I was glad we finally met Evan, who watches the show all the time, because it's what was the last con? Origins. We were supposed to make a point to meet up, and it didn't happen. So I was glad that we got to hang out with them. It's funny because I always feel like the show is still so little, but I think at Gen Con is when I realized that it's not as little as I thought. I guess, but yeah, it's nice to see the support that we get from everybody. So
I'll tell you, Evan came by the booth to show a couple games that he's designing.
I saw that.
Yeah, he's got some cool stuff he's working on. I can't say anything about it, but it's pretty cool.
Nice.
And he's a good human, so it's like you got a good person making good games, right? Just good feeding into good.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some good stuff out there, right? I saw a few things. I met some new people, not only in the media and the press, but fans of the stuff, and then some designs that some of the designers have out there. People are creative, man. They're doing some really unique, cool things that either haven't been seen or have been seen, but are done in a different way. It's good stuff.
That's cool.
I mean, it's just when I see that, I see Zelda, and it always feels good when your meter is all the way full. And I think coming out of Gen Con, like your heart's refilled because you meet all these cool people and you see so many cool things. It's neat.
It definitely feels like that for me. It's a weird experience because it's like, yes, that's right, Andrew.
I'll go with that.
Orange hearts. Yeah, it's a weird feeling because it's like you're physically getting drained, but emotionally you're getting like recharged.
Yeah.
Like I leave there and I'm just so happy of all the time I got to spend with people. And like I think this year was especially special because there were so many, like for me. So one story, for example, for those that don't know, but when I started my first Kickstarter, I didn't know anything about Kickstarter. I barely knew how to operate an Instagram account. I started my Instagram account, and shortly after, someone from Gameland Games offered to do a giveaway with them to try, like if I was to do their logo, they wanted to try and bye, Steven. Thanks for watching.
Great seeing you, Steven.
And they wanted to try and, just help me get followers and stuff like that. And so they helped me with my first Kickstarter with, connecting me with certain channels to try and get me started. And I finally, after it's been over 2 years now, I finally got to meet these people. So that was like really, oh my God, like finally, like it's like I would probably not be like in this position if it wasn't for them. So that was something. Like I wanted to make a point to make it across the hall because they were in the 2,500 or 2,600. But so that it definitely was special this year. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great stuff.
Yeah.
It's a hell of an industry to be a part of. There's so many good people, not only in directly connected to us, but there are a lot of people out there that are super helpful and super supportive, and not necessarily just industry people, but people that just want to see the hobby grow, whether we're in production or content creation or whatever. It's a great community. It really is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, we had said it was going to be a bit shorter show because we're tired.
Yeah.
But we can head over to Discord for a bit if people want to tune in.
Yeah, for those that don't know, we always go over to the Discord channel. There's the Bat Cave. After the show for a little while, if anybody's interested to listen to most of us talk even more. Outside of the show, it's an active community. A lot of the stuff we talk about, a lot of the people we talk about are engaging in there and just talking about geeky stuff. I know today was kind of more Gen Con focused and board game focused, but some of the Star Wars memes that people put in there are hysterical.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah, and we have channels for everything.
Tim's asking if there's a link to the Discord. Is it in the description this week? Did you put it in or?
Yeah, so that's kind of my first time putting all that stuff together, and I don't think it's in there. But if you go to the YouTube channel, I believe there's a link to the Discord there.
Okay. It should be, if all else fails, on our Facebook page. I believe the Discord link is there. So you
go to another video of ours that Chris had set up because Chris knows what he's doing. I don't. So it should be there as well. But yeah, or reach out to one of us. We'll get you the link.
Yeah.
Alan, good night. Great to see you. We'll see you soon. All right, so here's where we say goodnight, I guess.
Yes. Thanks for watching, and tune in next week for our part 2 of Gen Con, where we can actually show more pictures and videos because we'll, have had more time to prepare. So this was just a quick check-in.
Yeah. We all made it back okay. We all had a great time, and next week we'll show it all.
Yeah. Cool. Sounds like a plan. All right. Night.
Good night, everybody. Hit the right button.